utility of the future is going to have 50,000 times as much information to work with, okay? Clearly there are operational issues related to that. What do you do with it? I mean, why do you collect 10 to the fifth more data unless there's something that you can do with it? There are issues related to just the sheer movement of that amount of information. But I think it's also going to show up in terms of security. When you have a large volume of data, how do you know it's right? How do you isolate problems? And when it forces you to rely, in some cases, on public networks. You know, right now, all of the telecom providers out there are saying, hey, we know how to move data, let us do it. And that goes counter to our, let's be very careful, isolate it to our own network. New issues in this area?
Yeah, a couple areas. There definitely is a lot more data, and people are recognizing that.
Oh, yeah.
If you just look at the meters, the plan for the future is to collect your usage data every 15 minutes. 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Now it's once a month.
Yep.
You're going to have a lot more data, terabytes more of data.
Right.
And so utilities are grappling with that, and they're trying to figure out, like you said, how do you move it, how do you protect it, where do you store it, how long do you maintain it? There are requirements to maintain that data. So they are trying to figure out how to deal with that. And you want to be able to also use that data without compromising the privacy or confidentiality of the data that's there. The other side of it is all of the sensor data. Right. And now we have a lot of analog sensors. Everybody's going to get into sensors that really assess the status of the different components, the status of the different systems. You have phaser measurement units that are going to be out there that are also going to collect data, and that will be used by the utilities to maintain the reliability. Now, to me, where this plays a more important role is when you start interconnecting all of these different utilities and systems. You need to make sure that they communicate correctly, and that, you know, all of the different devices and everything is in sync. Otherwise, you're going to have difficulties. So you're going to have all of this new data.
And every interconnection's an attack surface.
Potentially every interconnection is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike, weigh in.
I see three main issues. One is, of course, you know, collecting the data and storing it. The other one is looking at that data and trying to establish a baseline of what's normal, right? In other words, you haven't collected data before, now you're collecting data and you have to determine what's normal so that you can detect anomalies, especially ones that are security based. And then again, how do you know if the anomaly is because of a security issue or because something, or perhaps because something has changed on the smart grid, because again, it's evolving. Right.
You know, when you're looking for a security problem, it can be the needle in the haystack. And when we increase the size of the haystack by a factor of 50,000, it has security implications.